Hi guys, it's been 2 months since I moved all of my plants inside and most of them are doing excellent. There are some that have been struggling with mealybugs and there is one plant, Crassula arborescens, that I decided to remove from the plant room, not to risk other plants because after many spraying attempts with alcohol, neem oil, soap, I just kept having mealybugs and leaves have been coming down. So that plant unfortunately I lost, but most of my other 150 something plants are doing really well. Today I want to show you only the ones that are struggling, and so you're going to see different kind of issues I have. Some of them are more manageable, some I'm not sure what I'm dealing with, so you can help if you know what's going on with them. So let's take a look. Most of the issues that I currently have with my succulents are with Stapelia and Huernia cactuses, and the issue is that they have been drying up. So they were all under lights, unlike all of the other cactuses that have natural west-south sunlight downstairs in the basement where it's also cooler. So these guys have been in a very warm and dry room here upstairs with euphorbias and other succulents, and they don't seem to care for it. The soil was very dry, but I was scared that since they were getting yellow color like this one here, that maybe I'm overwatering, but nothing is soft. Commonly when you have like yellow color and they're soft, they're overwatered. But these ones are getting brown on top, like hard as a rock, completely shriveled, like they don't have any liquid in. And I pulled this one. This is Stapelia variegated. I pulled it out of the pot, and the pot was completely full of healthy roots, white roots, no sign of any insects. I did find some mealybugs on top here before it became brown. So it was sprayed with alcohol, and I started watering it more. I did cut off the yellow part on this one here, and I think I'm going to do the same thing here, and hopefully it's going to continue to grow. I would be very sad to lose this one because actually I smuggled less than an inch cutting from Europe when I was traveling and put it in my pocket. So I would be really sad if this one dies. Well, as soon as this one started having issues, like one of these branches started having just a little bit yellow, I pulled all of them away from lights, and it worked for two of these, this one and this one here, because they were very dry, and I put them in a cooler place, and they don't seem to be getting any yellow, and they seem to be fine. This one was very shriveled, really shrinked in size. You can still see it a little bit here toward the bottom, and I started watering it a little bit more, and it's doing better as well. But these two other ones still have some issues, so I'm gonna move this one so you can see. This guy here, it was also drying up, like yellowish brown top, not soft, so I'm assuming this one is lacking water as well. There is new growth, so it doesn't seem to be dead. Or I don't see any insects either. There is also some growing here. So I'm assuming they don't like to be under lights. Dry, too hot, not enough water, or maybe they just want to be in a cooler environment. They can be dormant. This one here, that's a Stapelia asterias, or a starfish flower cactus. Did wonderful when it was outside. When I got it inside, didn't like being under lights. And this one I actually accidentally broke off, so nothing is wrong with it. And it had some new growth since I moved it away from lights, actually here. But few tops when it was under lights had some damage here. Maybe it was too close to the lights and it was sunburn. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what I see. It doesn't seem to be spreading. The plant is continuing to have new growth like this here, and it seems to be healthy. No spots, brown spots or yellow spots or anything like that. So I'm hoping that these two that are pretty much having the most difficulty will get better if I water them more and put them on a cooler spot and move them away from lights. So hopefully that will resolve this problem. Next problem I had was with this Agave Americana Variegated. I actually cut off few leaves here because of the damage, and the damage was like this. It looked kind of shiny and then yellowish brown like blisters. I'm hoping you can see there is a tiny little blister here, and it was more of the blisters like this one on the two leaves here that I cut off. I was researching, I thought, you know, what could this be? And then one day, because this agave was on the bottom shelf, and one day few drops of water were dripping from the top shelf when I was watering something, and in a matter of an hour the blister happened. So this one is very sensitive to being sprayed by anything, including the water, and being under lights, that water causes them to get blisters. So doesn't seem to be spreading to any other leaves, of course, because it's not an illness. I just have to be careful not for this not to happen again. Unfortunately, I've lost few leaves, so now I have to wait for new ones to grow, but at least I know what it is. Next one I have problems with is this Aeonium plant that suddenly started having like spots like this one here. I tried to scrape them off, and I wasn't sure if it's like scale or it's burn mark. I still don't know what it is, but I did spray this plant and it's not spreading anymore, and I also am not keeping it currently on the same place where it was under lights on the top shelf with other plants. So I don't see any spreading, but I have no idea what that was. Here it is. So what do you think it is? I don't know. If you do know, let me know. Hopefully I can prevent this happen again. Otherwise, the plant seems to be doing well, having a new growth, and on different places like here as well. And I think it's gonna be okay. This is my Crassula Springtime, and in another video that I made, I have mentioned that it has some issues with brown spots that might be due to overwatering or due to fungus, and fungus often can show up due to overwatering. So I watched one of my first videos that I made 3 months ago, and it actually started having spots then when it was outside, when actually definitely was not overwatered at the time, because I came back from vacation and it wasn't watered for weeks. So I don't know when this really started and what this is, but these brown spots are on all leaves. It's kind of annoying, doesn't look that great. The new leaves don't have it yet, but I think that they're gonna get it as they grew bigger. And even the cuttings that I took got some brown spots. Yeah, so not sure what that is and how it could be treated. And then some brown spots get really big like this, and even like it's almost like they eat up a leaf, or like here. And some brown spots are just like little dots, and some of them get bigger, so that's really unfortunate. I'm also worried if I should keep this around other plants or not. Right now it is around other plants, so hopefully no other plants will get it. And then at the end, this dogtail cactus here is also having some issues that are not that serious. This is the name that I have for this cactus, Selenisserius Diamia testudo. So it's different than the dragon fruit cactus, different name, but they look completely similar. But when it was sold, this was the Latin name that was on it. So I don't know what the difference between the two is. I was trying to find out. This one has something really strange happening when it's inside. Every winter, we went through this last year, it starts growing, these like ants become really thin, they shrink, and they start having roots. And as soon as I take it outside in springtime, it starts being back to normal, like its normal fat self, and no roots at the end. So this is definitely not deadly, because we went through this last year. What I did in spring, I just cut off some of those tops, and the cactus continued growing. So I'm not sure what's causing it. Lynn from Desert Plants of Avalon recommended me to spray it with rainwater every day because it really needs more humidity, and it is pretty dry here. So I started doing that. I don't see yet any results, so I'll just keep doing it, so hopefully it helps. This is like a jungle here because it grew so much I can't even see the soil, and I already pulled a lot of cuttings and trying to multiply some. It's really big plant. Thank you everyone for watching some of my plants that are struggling. I hope this helps you not to feel lonely and frustrated when your plants get some of the similar issues, and hopefully you get some ideas how to deal with it. And if you can help me with some of the issues that I'm not sure what they are, you can also leave me comments. Thank you everybody who has subscribed to my videos, and see you in the next video.